When we think about life beyond Earth, one thing is clear: without water, we simply can't survive. And if humans are to colonize Mars, finding a sustainable source of water will be absolutely critical. But how do we do that on a planet that seems as dry as a desert? Today, we explore the fascinating world of Martian water, its sources, and how we could tap into this resource to make life on Mars a reality. At first glance, Mars seems like an inhospitable wasteland. But look closer, and you'll find that the red planet has more water than you might think. Scientists have discovered evidence of water in several forms, locked away as ice at the polar caps, hidden in underground reservoirs, and even as tiny amounts of moisture in the Martian soil. The polar ice caps are perhaps the most obvious source. Made primarily of water ice and frozen carbon dioxide, these regions contain vast reserves that could potentially be melted down for human use. But they're not the only source. In 2018, scientists using radar technology discovered large underground ice deposits near the surface, making them more accessible than we once thought. Knowing that there's water on Mars is one thing. Getting to it is another story entirely. Unlike Earth, where we can simply dig a well or tap into rivers, extracting water on Mars presents a series of challenges. For starters, the ice is often mixed with Martian dust, making it difficult to purify. And then there's the issue of accessibility. Most of the ice is either buried deep underground or locked in the polar regions where temperatures are brutally cold. One proposed solution is to use robotic drills to reach these underground ice reservoirs. These machines could extract the ice and then melt it into liquid water. Solar panels could power these systems, making them sustainable for long-term missions, and once the water is extracted, it could be purified and stored for use in Martian habitats. But extracting water is just one part of the equation. To establish a permanent colony on Mars, we'll need to make that water last. This is where advanced recycling systems come into play. Imagine a closed-loop system, much like what's used on the International Space Station. Every drop of water, from what we drink to what we exhale, would be collected, purified, and reused. This means that even sweat, urine, and breath could be turned back into drinking water. While it might sound unappealing, this technology is already a reality on the ISS, and it would be crucial for survival on Mars, where every drop counts. Why is water so important for terraforming Mars? Beyond just drinking and sanitation, water is essential for growing food, producing oxygen, and even creating fuel. By splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen, we could produce rocket fuel, making Mars a potential launch point for deeper space exploration. Finding a sustainable water source on Mars is not just about survival. It's about laying the foundation for a thriving colony. If we can figure out how to harness and sustain Mars's water resources, we could truly transform the red planet into a second home for humanity. So what do you think? Is it possible to establish a sustainable water source on Mars? And if we do, how would it change the future of space exploration? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to TerraNova for more videos on the future of space colonization.